Past tense in heritage style, crafted for clarity and used with purpose. You're sharing your heritage style story, so here's how to talk about things that already happened. Let's go. Raw denim isn't just jeans. It's a conversation, and if you can't really speak it, you're missing half the culture. These two boots are the same model, but only one tells a story, and by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why, you'll also know how to craft that story yourself, and sound fluent doing it. As everyone is talking about red wing boots and selvage jeans, but no one's teaching anyone how to talk about them, this is where I come in. I'm a language and communication trainer and work with adults. So I work with adults who are seeking to communicate more effectively in a particular domain or setting. So whether you're wearing your first pair of Mocks or saving for some samurai jeans, I'll teach you the words, phrases, and the language that reflects the mindset that you would need to be able to sound like someone who would just fit in this community, if that's something you're looking for. Let's go. Once upon a time, there was a regular man who never paid much attention to fashion. He just wanted to look decent, without standing out or overthinking what he wore. And every day was scrolling through his phone, seeing photos of local guys who looked rugged but effortless. Jeans, boots, and shirts and jackets that seemed like they could last a lifetime, or at least a decade. But one day he realized that none of his actual clothes, his own clothes, reflected what he liked, and he noticed some wear and tear quite quickly. His sneakers were falling apart and his jeans lost shape after only a few washes. And everything felt so disposable suddenly. So he started to think that he just wanted something different and decided to look into something better. So he turned to YouTube and as a result of that found some forums online. So he started looking into better options, brands he'd never heard before that actually he was taken aback about because of the price point, but also the quality that he noticed. So he had already heard of Red Wing, but now also was introduced to Tellison and Viberg. So Tellison is a denim company based in San Francisco, known for its American-made raw selvage jeans. The kind that got better with wear and not worse, you know. And then Viberg is a Canadian boot maker, crafting high-end, handcrafted boots using traditional methods. Not cheap by any means, but built to last. And because of all of this, he was diving deep into forums and YouTube channels. And he was learning about Goodyear welts, fabric weights, and why Japanese denim mattered. So what started as a casual interest was turning into curiosity and true appreciation. And because of that, he made a decision. So he bought his first pair of Red Wing boots locally. So those are Red Wing welted boots. And they were stiff, a little bit stiffer than he normally would wear and heavier than anything he'd ever worn. But it felt right. And he also picked up a few other staples, like a heavyweight flannel, a few shirts, and a few pairs of selvage jeans. And because of that, he began wearing his clothes more often and felt more comfortable. The boots were breaking in slowly, molding to his feet, and his jeans were creasing and fading in all the right places. He wasn't dressing up, he was just getting dressed, and he felt good. Until finally, one morning, he looked into the mirror and realized that he actually felt comfortable in these clothes. Not flashy, not overdone, just him, in gear that worked and looked better with time. And ever since then, he stuck with what worked, quality over quantity, no fuzz, no trends, just good clothes worn well. So today we focus on the past tenses, and specifically the past simple and the past continuous. Let's go. Past tense verbs, types and examples for the heritage-minded. Let's spin a story, one worn with creases and scuffs. Like a pair of raw denim that has lived a few chapters, or, boots that bumped into something. Today we're going to talk about the past tense verb. A past tense verb tells you something of that already happened, like the first soak of a new pair or leather softening after years and years of wear. So whether you're talking about finished repair or a now soft salvaged cuff, past tense lets you look back. And there are like 6 past tense forms in English, and today we're focusing on 2 of them. And we're looking first at past tense verbs in general. So in general, past tense verbs can be used to show that something started and ended, like a single wear session, for example, or to place one action before another, or to show cause and effect, like, for example, boots cracked because they weren't conditioned properly or at all. So cause and effect. Or to capture a moment in progress before it was interrupted. Or to describe something that ran for a while before stopping. And sometimes we may even hint that something started back then and still hasn't stopped. Yep, that counts too. Alright, so today we're focusing on 2, like I already mentioned. First, simple past tense. Think of this as the I wore them tense. Clean and finished, right? So structure is as follows. Verb plus ed, so ed ending, or d ending, or we replace the entire verb that is regular with an irregular form. That's possible. There are 65 irregular verbs in English, and 56 are commonly used. So either regular verb, which is formed with verb plus ed ending or d ending, or an irregular verb. Then how it's used. It's used to indicate that a single action or state fully wrapped up. So we use it as to indicate that a single action or state is fully wrapped up. Examples, 3 of them. 1, I oiled my boots last night. 2, he soaked his jeans for the first time. 3, he stitched the soles by hand. Oiled, soaked, stitched. All regular verbs. Simple, complete, and done, like a boot resole that is already laced up. Moving on then to the past continuous tense. This one is for in progress past action, the kind where life interrupted your leather conditioning ritual, for example. How to structure it. Was or were plus verb and ing ending. When do we use it? In the following cases. 1, as an ongoing action that is interrupted. 2, 2 things happening at once. And finally, actions in progress at a particular time. Let's look at 3 examples. I was waxing my boots when it started pouring. Was waxing, started pouring. 2, they were stitching uppers while I was tracing patterns. Were stitching, was tracing. At 6 p.m., he was lacing up his old uns. Was lacing. So you see, the past continuous tense captures the progress, the moment where the fades were still setting in, for example. All right, moving on into the form. So we talked today about the simple past, verb plus ing or d ending. So verb plus ed or d ending, or irregular verb altogether. So he polished his boots yesterday. Past continuous, was or were plus verb and ing ending. I was fading my jeans when it started raining. Was fading, started raining. All right, final thoughts. Every scuff on your boot and every fade in your denim tells a story, and past tense verbs are no different. They're the way language preserves the journey, whether you're retelling a soak, a stitch, or a stumble. You've got the grammar to narrate every phase of wear and craft, so you can be more accurate that way. This is basically what you now know is how to use. After having watched these videos, you know how to use the past simple and past continuous, but also in a previous video, the present simple and the present simple continuous were already used. And we introduced all of the verb tenses in English in the very first video of this series. So watch those now if that sounds interesting to you. See you in the next one. Have a good one for now.